What's good? This is the Herb Howard Show live from the big studios. My name is Herb Howard. Thank y'all so much for choosing to tune in to this Friday pre-game edition of the Herb Howard Show. Got lots of things on deck for you. Gino gonna give us a salt buck as he tends to do. Gonna go around the league for some games I'm looking forward to this week, and a big buddy ass tweaking to wrap up the show. Although we're actually gonna step outside of the National Football League for this particular edition of buddy ass tweaking. I don't know what these dudes is doing in the NBA, but we're gonna get into that and more. Again, this is the Herb Howard Show. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. We'll be right back for a full show.
Look, welcome to Plants on the Gridiron. It's Chicago's first and only plant-based tailgate.
Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Here comes the, no, here comes the, oh, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Bigger world, baby.
And here's what we love. It is Chicago's most unique event. We combine health, we combine sports, love of football, and you gotta bear down. Chicago Bears, baby.
So it's so awesome to see the community coming together and just enjoying some really good plant-based food. There's people here that are meat eaters, there's people here that are fully plant-based, and we can come together as a community and just really have an impactful event.
Because we are Chicago homegrown. Come late, the food gonna be gone.
I am the Sumo, Morgan Park, and I'm rocking with the Bigs.
This is Jason Kidd, and we're rocking with the Bigs.
I'm Chris Bryant from the Chicago Cubs, and I'm rocking with the Bigs.
What's up, y'all? This is Kyrie Irving. You're tuned into the Bigs.
What's happening is Dame Lillard, a.k.a. Dame Dollar, and I'm rocking with the Bigs.
What's up? This is D Rose, and I'm rocking with the Bigs.
This is Mark Cuban, Dallas Mavericks. You're rocking with the Bigs.
Welcome back live from inside the big studios. My name is Herb Howard. Big week for the Chicago Bears. I know they seem to be big every single week, but that is the nature of the National Football League. This time they go on the road to the Baltimore Ravens to face a desperate Baltimore Ravens team. I know when you hear Baltimore Ravens, kind of get a little nervous. You think about the mystique. You think about some of the names on the back of those jerseys. Henry. You got Matabuke, who's been out, of course, but Roquan Smith is coming back. Hamilton is coming back. Marlon Humphrey is on the field. And that man, Lamar Jackson, whom I fully expect to play, should be back on the field on Sunday as well. The Baltimore Ravens are a 1-5 football team. This is a team that a lot of people pick to be a Super Bowl contender, a Super Bowl winner. Hasn't gone that way. They've had injuries, and they just played bad football. Even you take away some of the injuries, just defensively, what they've been doing. 4 out of their 6 games, they've given up 37 points. Like, 37 points 4 times in just 6 games. So they are not playing well defensively. They are not playing well offensively. They are a 1-5 football team looking to kind of save their season. So they're going to get everything they got, going to get their very, very best shot on Sunday. Lamar Jackson should be back. Every single Bears defender that I talked to throughout the week said they are preparing like they expect him to play. They're not getting caught up in, well, maybe it's Cooper Rush or maybe it's Scoop Huntley. It's going to be Lamar Jackson. That's the mentality that they've been preparing for all week, and that's exactly what they should do. Go out there and prepare for Lamar Jackson, and if you get Cooper Rush or Huntley, good for you. But expect number 8 to be out there on the field and expect him to be fully healthy. I don't approach the game thinking, oh, he might be limited. He might not be able to do this. He Lamar Jackson. He can do everything you think he can do. So approach it that way. Scheme it up that way. Have a game plan for it. I know DA will draw up a good game plan defensively for what they want to do. The Bears have been moving people all around the field throughout this season so far. Coach DA said he would do that early on in the process. He talked about being able to move players around specifically with those. Mic check, mic check. We are back. Had a quick mic issue, got it together, and we are back talking about the Bears and the Ravens game again. Listen, I think the Bears are going to get the best shot from them, but I think their defense is prepared for it. The way they've been moving their defense around, that's what's going to allow the Bears to kind of contain Lamar Jackson. Problem number one when you talk about the Baltimore Ravens should be and always will be Derrick Henry. Do you have a plan for how you are going to stop the run? That is first and foremost. That has to be at the top of the Bears players' minds. I talked to TJ Edwards about it. I talked to Tremaine Edmonds about it. Even some of the defensive tackles, Big Bill, Javon Dexter, they said we got to get him stopped early. He cannot get a full head of steam as he approaches the point of attack, get through the hole, get to the second level in a full sprint. Just can't have it. So that's going to be job number one for them. But I'm going into this game and I'm saying, listen, man, I know they're very, very desperate. I know they can't afford to go 1-6 because if the Baltimore Ravens go 1-6, let's face it, their season is over, right? They would have to go, 9-1 the rest of the way to get to even 10-7 to have a chance to get in the playoffs. I know they play in the AFC North. It's not a very strong division, particularly this year, but I think the Steelers are going to be there. They can run away with it, and then you start talking about wild cards from different places around the league. And so I don't think they can afford to lose this game. I'm sure they're thinking it the same way. They got a quick turnaround. They play Thursday night next week against the Miami Dolphins. I'm sure they're looking at that thing and saying, hey, if we can beat the Bears this week, we can definitely beat the Dolphins. And now we got 2 games rolling and we should be able to get our stuff together. The Bears shouldn't have nothing to do with that. The Bears got to go out there and say, look, this is a 1-5 football team. Respect them for the players that they have, but don't go out there playing the names on the back of those jerseys, man. Don't even go out there playing the mystique of the name on the front of the jersey. Play the football team that showed up each and every week this season. That's a 1-5 football team. Beat their ass. You play a bad team, you play a team that's struggling, you play a team that's beat up, that's injured, that's coming off it, that's their business. If you are who you think you are, you go out there and you beat their ass. You established the run game last week, 222 yards on the ground. Second game in a row that DeAndre Swift had 100-plus rushing. Keep that going. Keep that same mentality. Approach the field with that same mentality, that physical nature, downhill football, controlling the time of possession, not turning the ball over, and taking the ball away. I don't care if they put Cooper Rush, Lamar Jackson. The Bears have been taking the ball away at an almost historic clip. 15 takeaways in the last 4 games. That's the mentality. Who are we? Fuck who they are. That's the mentality. Who are we? We coming in their trap and we taking over their trap and we getting our record to 5-2. That should be the Bears' mentality. I'm sure that's how they're going to approach it. And if they do that, I think they'll have a pretty good chance of not only winning this game, but continuing to play the style of football that they have played lately, which is, again, running the football and taking the ball away. Speaking of some of those takeaways, had a chance to holler at Kevin Byard, the Bears' captain and free safety, inside the locker room, talking about his takeaways this year. He's a 10-year vet. He's talked about wanting to get more ball production. He hasn't really had it over the past couple of years. He's had 2 interceptions over the last 3 years. But prior to that, he's a guy that consistently was getting you 4, 5, 6, and even his career high 8 interceptions. He's back to his ball hawking ways for the Chicago Bears. We talked about that inside the Bears locker room.
That coming into the season, they was like, KB, he too damn old. It's over with. The Bears tripping. Yeah. Left. What's going on, bro? You playing on some all-pro shit right now.
Listen, obviously I've had a couple years where I haven't had the ball production that I'm used to having. But at the end of the day, it's always been there. You know what I mean? And I've been a big proponent of the simple fact that I know I can ball. And, you know, around the locker room, like guys like Zay, I know he ain't been playing, but he called me Unc. And it's just funny, and I always got a joke with him, like, Unc can still hoop now, so don't get it messed up. So, but nah, man, it's just like you said, man, just trusting my preparation, and obviously I think DA's been putting me in a great position to make those plays, and I think I'm gonna continue to make them. I got 3 interceptions this year right now, and it's definitely and counting. So hopefully I can get to my record that I had a couple years ago. I'm trying to get to 8, honestly. So that's the goal. I'm trying to get to 8 picks and trying to get that record. So that's what I'm working towards.
Hey, you on pace for that, man. Keep balling. Stay healthy, brother.
Nah, much love. Thank you.
All right.
You heard me allude to in the video, Kevin Byard is playing at an all-pro level right now. That video came in the locker room actually before the Saints game. He went out there and got himself another pick. I tweeted out that video, and he actually reposted and said, "May, hey, I had to increase the goals. I had to up it to double digits. So now he's looking to get at least 10. I'll still be more than pleased with the 8. I think he's playing at a really, really high level. He's one of the biggest reasons that the Bears are taking the ball away at the rate that they are taking the ball away right now. He's also one of the biggest reasons that I think the Bears are going to go out there and get a win and improve their record to 5-2. Dangerous Baltimore Ravens team. They are very hurt, very bruised, very desperate animal with a killer pedigree, but they are who they are. You are what your record says you are, and there says they're a 1-5 football team. I ain't scared of it. Go out there, take care of business. We got to take care of business right now and get out to a quick break. When we come back, I'm going to ask my brother, one half of the founders, Gene, to give me a sawbuck, see what he's thinking about this game going into week 8 for the Chicago Bears. We'll be right back after this, the Herb Howard Show.
I am the Sumo, Morgan Park, and I'm rocking with the Bigs.
This is Jason Kidd, and we're rocking with the Bigs.
I'm Chris Bryant from the Chicago Cubs, and I'm rocking with the Bigs.
What's up, y'all? This is Kyrie Irving. You're tuned into the Bigs.
What's happening is Dame Lillard, a.k.a. Dame Dollar, and I'm rocking with the Bigs.
What's up? This is D Rose, and I'm rocking with the Bigs.
This is Mark Cuban, Dallas Mavericks. You're rocking with the Bigs.
I don't know. Is tonight the Cash Money versus No Limit versus? That would be phenomenal. It's tomorrow. Okay, cool. I'll tell you what I'm hyped about today, though. I just found out right before we went live that Boys to Men, my favorite group of all time, Boys to Men, is going on tour with my second favorite group of all time, New Edition. I talk about Boys to Men, and I say I think they better than New Edition. They my favorite group. People, they act like the LeBron lovers. They act like when people say LeBron the second greatest player of all time and people get upset about that, that's how people act when I say New Edition is the second greatest group of all time, in my opinion. But either way, they just announced they're going on tour together with the one and only, the lovely, the uber talented Miss Toni Braxton. Catch me front and center. I found out they coming to the crib February 4th. It's going to be cold. I don't know. I might have to get a fur or something like that. But catch me. That's probably Super Bowl weekend too, though.
Toni
Braxton was looking real decent in that promo.
What? Tony Braxton was looking scrumptious in that video, in that promo video. So, listen, man, you're gonna see me there. If I don't see it in Chicago, I'll see it somewhere. It's going on from like late January or something to April. So April, my birthday, I might just wait to see it then. 'Cause I think Chicago is the 4th show they're doing. I might let them work out the kinks a little bit before I just, jump down. But either way, super amped about that. Amped about this trip to Baltimore. I'll be jumping on the plane tomorrow to head out there and see what's going on with these Bears on Sunday, man. First of all, how you feel about where the Bears in general and how they've worked their way into this position to be 4-2 after that 0-2 start?
Man, I'm tripping because we talked about this on the way to Detroit and on the way back from Detroit.
We eulogize their ass.
These guys.
We eulogize their ass. I ain't taking it back.
We put them in the casket and buried them all.
Threw the dirt on them.
You know what I'm saying? But give the guys credit. Give Ben Johnson credit. Give the staff. I don't think that's another thing. I don't think the staff gets enough credit. That coaching staff, I feel like those guys they're buying into what those guys are selling, and it's these last 4 weeks, 5 weeks. They've been impressive, man. So I'm 4-2 is like you alluded to, man. The first Trump administration, the last time we saw much success from the Bears. So I'm happy with where they are, just over a third of the way into the season, man.
As we do every Thursday, we talk to the defensive coordinator Dennis Allen yesterday for his press conference, and he gave a ton of credit to the assistant coaches for how they coaching up the guys, coaching up the positions, getting everybody ready. And I think you're absolutely right on that. It can't be overstated how important the staff has been to, the players kind of sustaining that rough start, turning things around, and then continuing to ascend at the level they are right now. This coaching staff that Coach Johnson put together, really, really, really good staff. And I think you're starting to see, what that actually looks like. I think people talk about it being a players league and players win. True. I ain't never seen a coach win games with terrible players, right? But there is a difference to be, noticed when you have really good coaching versus not so good coaching. You can see it in the Bears product right now.
So we're heading into Baltimore this weekend. Lamar Jackson was a limited participant in practice. Didn't take any first team reps. Do you think if Lamar Jackson isn't fully healthy, we know this is basically like a playoff game for the Ravens, like you stated. They got to go 9-2 to even be thought of as a playoff team in that crowded AFC. So do the Ravens just go all out and like, man, we'll take a 75% Lamar and risk hit, or is it like we need him to be fully healthy before we throw him back on the field? What you think?
You talk about a 2-time MVP. 65% Lamar Jackson is better than
So Lamar's playing.
He's playing. If I'm the Bears, if I'm Dennis Allen, if I'm any Bears defensive player, I'm not even allowing it to get into my mind that he's not playing. I'm not even allowing it to get into my mind that, hey, we going against that man. And that's what I've been saying to the Bears defensive player every time I come to him and say, hey, you think that man playing? Hey, who? Stop. Don't act stupid in this locker room, boy. That man. You think he playing? Oh, Lamar.
Buddy.
Yeah, Lamar.
Buddy.
Him. That guy.
Yeah.
And the mentality has to be, yes, he's playing. Yes, he's 100%. I don't got nothing to do with his hamstring. I don't got nothing to do with their record or none of that. We got to go see that dude at his crib. And the last thing you want to do is get embarrassed. I told the Bears cornerback, Nashawn Wright, I said, hey, man, what's going to happen if Derrick Henry get a full head of steam and bounce it outside and it's just you and 22? He like, man, nobody want to see it. I'm like, nobody want to see it. I'm not sitting there telling you I would want to see it, but you the one going to be out there. I said, hit that man under his cleats, bro. Don't even, like I said, you know how you get that split second when you got to make it, it's like, am I going to be tough or not? I said, don't be tough, bro.
No.
Hit that man down here and just let him flip over your shoulder, Joe.
Hey, don't see another play.
I said, I do not want to see you looking like Josh Norman when he stiff-armed him. I said, and don't let it be, like I said, if you do get stiff-armed, let it be one of them straight-out joints. Please don't let it be one of them into the ground where he dent the turf with your face. Like, please don't let that happen to you, bro. Like, but shout out to Nashawn. He's like, hey, I don't want that stiff arm either, Joe. I ain't no. I said, hit him low, G. Don't get tough out here, G. You got to get 11 hats to the ball at the end of the day. You got to get a lot of people to the rock if you want to tackle that man. So it's bad news for anybody one-on-one, but especially a corner. That wasn't no diss to Nashawn. I'm just saying, bro, like, you don't want that smoke. So they got to come and expect them guys to be at their very, very best, and you got to be able to match it.
And I definitely think that's the mindset that they have when you mention like guys like Humphrey and Roquan, and they're getting a lot of guys back on the defensive side. And then if you get Lamar back on that side, they got to be looking at the Bears like, okay, this is our time. You said they will have the Dolphins next week. Right?
Yeah, they got the Dolphins on a short week on Thursday. Like I was saying, if I'm the Ravens, I'm approaching this game like, man, we got a good Bears team coming in here. They on the road, but if we can beat them, they'll smoke the Dolphins. Dolphins might be the worst team in the league. I don't know what their record is or who they play.
The worst team in the league, but I feel you.
Yeah, I guess so, Jets. But I knew when the Dolphins came to Chicago for the joint practices, that joint practice, I'm looking at them like they are terrible. Now Tyreek didn't practice; he had something going on. But I was just looking at them how the physicality it wasn't there, the discipline it wasn't there. I was like, oh, this team trash, and they have done nothing to change my mind. So if the Ravens can beat the Bears, they will win 2 in a row. They'll beat the Dolphins even on a short week. So they looking at that and say, okay, we can get to 3 wins. We 3-5, and we trying to get this thing rolling. The Bears got to say, not so fast, my friend. Shout out to Lee Corso.
Number 1, Caleb progression, not Caleb regression. Caleb, bro, I need you to take what the defense is giving you, man. Herb, you always say it's gonna be 4, 5, 6 plays that make the ball game.
Yep.
2 or 3 of them are gonna come from the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Take what the defense is gonna give you. You don't have to make the superstar play, man, because you're gonna have those 2 or 3 times where we're gonna need that from you. Just take what they give you. No picks. Continue to move the ball. And let your killers do work, man.
Talked to Bears quarterback coach JT Barrett about that yesterday, actually. And, Caleb regressed to, like you said, on Sunday. Got back to that running around, doing spins and pirouettes and all that we was talking about. You can't do that, bro. Like, just go through it, boom, 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 and make a decision. Get it out. If it's there, go. If it's not, check it down. If you don't have that, just take off and go. All of that running around, spinning around, that just wasn't it. And it did feel like a bit of a regression for him. It seemed like he was playing at a much better level. It seemed like he was playing more efficiently, on time, in rhythm. That didn't happen on Sunday. He needs to do that. Just stay ahead of the chains. Trust. It's about trust at this point. I got a good team. I got a good defense. They're going to give me at least 2 extra possessions, you know what I mean, today. Let me just be cool. Take what's there. Boom, 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 boom. Keep matriculating the ball down the football field and get points, man.
Number 2, Ben Johnson.
Coach.
I like the way that he continues to open up the playbook, and I want to see it this week. I love the way that he's gotten Kyle Monangai involved. I feel like we got the XJ900 version of Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery and D Swift and Monangai. So I would love to see him continue to get those guys more reps, maybe even find a way to give Roschon Johnson a couple more touches, get DJ a couple more touches. I feel like it's only one ball. I know it. It's in all these sports. It's only one pill. Everybody can't get the pill as much. But I feel like DJ Moore has to be targeted more than 3 times a game. I'm not really a fan of him coming out of the backfield. You mentioned that we talked about that earlier. It's like he's not really a Deebo Samuel type of back. So I would rather see him get those Amon-Ra St. Brown touches 4 or 5 yards in the flattened end. Let him do his thing. Roam, got to be more aggressive. Got to use his hands a little bit more. Want to see Luther get a couple more touches. What about Cole Kmet and Tyreek Stevenson? They were on the injury report, right?
I haven't seen either of those 2 gentlemen since Sunday after the Saints game.
Wow.
I haven't seen them. So, they'll get a final injury report, later on today, and that'll tell us a lot more. But at this moment, I'm not really expecting to see Tyreek out there. Cole Kmet's got like a 92, 96 game games play streak going on. Cole Kmet's never missed a game in his career.
He been in the league that long?
Yeah. Cole Kmet, he on his second contract, and this is 7 season.
Okay.
So yeah, Cole Kmet been on the team that long, and he hasn't missed a game. So it wouldn't surprise me if he popped up on Sunday and was like still able to go. But I'm not expecting Tyreek to play. The Bears have to figure out what their plan is going to be, whether or not they are going to bump Kyler Gordon outside in their base defense, and then let him maybe come back inside and nickel, or they're going to let Nick McLeod come in, play one of those two spots, and just leave Kyler outside. They also got Josh Blackwell who can come in and play the nickel as well. So they definitely got some options for what they want to do. But their their depth is really starting to be tested in the secondary right now. Of course, Jalen Johnson already gone. Kyler Gordon missed time early. He's back now and played really, really well last week. But now you got Tyreek going down, and Kyler Gordon himself popped up on the injury report yesterday as well with a groin and a hamstring. So, they're starting to test their depth there. They do have nice depth in the secondary, but you don't want to just keep plucking at it, especially when you look ahead to next week and you got the Bengals with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins coming in. You want all of your DBs to be up and ready for that. So, but just this game in particular, I think, they'll figure out a plan for what they want to do. The good thing is, I don't know if it's a good thing or not, but it's just the reality of what the Ravens like to do. They play more so in the middle of the field, right? They got Derrick Henry. They got Lamar Jackson in the run game. They get Mark Andrews in the tight end. They run those crossing routes with Zay Flowers. So they're not so much on the perimeter, on the exterior. And so for me, this seems like a game where you're still going to need Kyler Gordon in the slot doing all the different things that he can do from the nickel spot. Okay. If you want to put him outside in base, cool. But I think he still needs to be in the slot because the Ravens like to do so much in between the numbers.
Well, I hope Lamar Jackson is a full go Sunday. Beating the Cooper Rush-led Ravens team, I mean, hey, I'm not a player. I know you take the wins as they come.
Don't make me no difference.
Yeah, but for me as a fan and for most Bears fans, I feel like, man, in order for this to be a needle mover for us to move forward, we need to beat Lamar and them, Joe.
Yeah, but stacking dubs is cool too.
Stacking dubs is cool.
It don't make you necessarily feel like, oh, I'm sure we're a great team. But it's another dub.
Yeah, the standard.
I mean, it's another dub. I want to see Lamar Jackson play in person. I've never seen him play. They came here a couple of years ago, and he was hurt. And I think Huntley played and beat the Bears. You know what I mean?
Hey, I'm there, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Lamar, we on that with you, Joe. On the guys.
Pull up, pop off. We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. I think he plays. I think the Bears win. I think they continue to take the ball away. I don't know that they get 4 against Lamar Jackson and them boys, but I think they get a couple takeaways at least. And I think the Bears offense finds a way to do enough. I'll take the Bears 23-17.
Hey, Lamar, we on that with you, Joe. However, hey, man.
Uh-oh.
We talking about a Hall of Famer.
Uh-oh.
Man. If Lamar's back at 85%, it stops here, bucko.
Damn.
Ravens 27.
Damn.
Bears 20.
That's how you feel?
Yep.
Listen, man, certainly not outside the realm of possibility, that the Bears go there and lose. It could turn into a shootout as well and get up into the 30s. The Ravens defense is terrible. The Bears struggle to stop the run. You got King Henry coming in. If that gets going, it could get out of hand. So I'm still not to the point of any team or any game where I'm like, the Bears definitely going to win the game. I don't feel like that about them yet. They haven't played a complete 4-quarter games in all 3 phases just yet for me to believe that definitively that they're going to win the game. That being said, I just think they find a way to do enough. But if they don't, if they don't play well, and you talk about a desperate team with a lot of Hall of Fame caliber players on that team. You talk about King Henry and Lamar Jackson and even Roquan and Kyle Hamilton and Marlon Humphrey and these guys. They got
from Notre Dame.
Yeah, he been banged up, but he's back. Like they got killers over there, man. You know what I mean? That's why I was saying don't play the names on the back of their jersey because you start doing that, you're like, well, these is killers. You know what I mean?
See, that's why I left Derrick Henry out of it. Because we not on that with you, bro. We going to let you live. But Lamar, we coming for you, bro. We coming for you.
They better be disciplined. That's all I know. Either way, the Bears got a noon Central Time kickoff against the Baltimore Ravens. They will be out at M&T Bank Stadium. The Bigs will be in the building, bringing you the coverage on Sunday. Make sure you stay tuned, stay locked in. Of course, we'll be back here for the Herb Howard Show on Tuesday morning. Got to take a quick break. When we come back, we will go around the league, see some of the other games that I think will be very, very intriguing this coming weekend. Appreciate you for the Sawbuck, my brother.
Man, you already know it, man. Shout out to the people. Shout out to the members in the chat.
Yeah.
Man, we ain't nothing without y'all, man. So continue to tap in
Crystal
with the multitude,
23-29. Jay Wood say 23-21, 24-21, 23-19. I'm sorry, she said. Bears. Hey, 5 in a row. Sound good to me, man. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the Herb Howard Show. Appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. Please make sure you like the video while you're here. Make sure you subscribe to the page. Set that alert so you can remind us every time that the page drops new content, and share it with at least one football fan that you think would appreciate what we're doing over here. Got to go around the league and look at some of the games I think are most intriguing. But before we do, I got to bring you some of these stats from Suge as the Bears head out to Baltimore to play the Ravens. Starts with the defense. We know that, man. They continue to take the ball away at a very high rate. They lead the National Football League in turnover margin. They are plus 11. I think the Ravens, conversely, are 31st in the National Football League right now at minus 7. I think they've got 10 turnovers and only 3 takeaways. The Bears have 15 takeaways, 16 takeaways, 5 turnovers right now. So that trend needs to continue. The Bears are also playing dominant football, only allowing teams to convert on just under 30% of their third down conversions. I think those trends need to continue for the Bears to go out there and come back with a dub. So some of the key stats from Suge for this week's game. Hopping around the league, start off with the game that took place on Thursday night already. I thought this was important because it is a division game, or at least one division opponent for the Bears. The Minnesota Vikings went out to L.A. Got smacked by the Chargers, 37-10. Trying to figure out the quarterback. They got veteran journeyman Carson Wentz. Did not play well. The Chargers controlled that game from start to finish, 37-10. The Vikings are now 3-4. The Bears probably aren't going to finish in last in the division this year. We can say that. Jets at Bengals. I know y'all tired of me talking about the Jets and Justin Fields and all that, but it's going to happen anyway. But more importantly, I got my eye on this game because the Bengals, who the Jets play this weekend, are the Bears' next opponent. I want to see what that looks like. I do not believe in this whole Joe Flacco experiment. It's a really cool story. I know he played well in the Unk Bowl against Aaron Rodgers with the Steelers, but I do not expect that to continue. I think defenses are going to figure out ways to bracket cover Jamar Chase and get pressure on Joe Flacco, and then this thing will kind of dissipate and return to the mean. So I don't expect them to play well. I want to see what that looks like against a pretty formidable Jets defense. And so that's why I'll have my eye on Jets at Bengals. Cowboys at Broncos should be another good game to see two teams that, want to contend, try to figure out what they are. You get CeeDee Lamb and you got George Pickens. They might be turning into the best duo in the league, all due respect to the guys I mentioned before out there in Cincinnati. But I'll have my eye on the Cowboys at the Broncos as well. Packers at Steelers. Should be another good game. Obviously, you got A-Rod playing against the Packers. That's an intriguing storyline. But for me, it's just about the football game. It's another Bears NFC North division opponent playing a tough team. I'm looking forward to seeing that Packers and Steelers game as well. And the Commanders at the Chiefs. The Chiefs seem to get themselves rolling. They seem to be getting back going, but obviously the Commanders are looking to get things together as well. That should be a really, really good game. Two teams that still think they have legitimate aspirations of making deep playoff runs and going to the Super Bowl. Commanders at Chiefs, another game I will be intrigued to watch by. Make sure y'all check out some of those games as well. Let me know what games you might be most interested in this weekend. That's just what I got my eye on as we go around the league. Before we get out of here real quick, Buddy ass tweaking. Usually, I hold this back to Tuesday and see who tweaked around the National Football League. This week, we're going to switch sports and go over to the National Basketball Association because what the are y'all doing over there? You got Chauncey Billups, Hall of Famer, made over $100 million in his career. You got Terry Rozier. Jen, you said that man making $26 million? $26 million he making. He out here gambling on the game. And then you got former NBA player Damon Jones. He was a member of the Heatles once they had LeBron, D. Wade, and Chris Bosh. All of them arrested. All of them banned from the league as of now, suspended until pending the investigation. But right now it just doesn't look good. I just don't understand what they're doing, man. You talk about guys making over $100 million. This is how you know that gambling is an addiction. And you see it everywhere. You see it on every commercial. You see all the podcasts getting sponsorships from these different gambling sites and gambling apps. They got to get control of this thing right now. That looks like what the leagues and what the FBI and the federal agents are trying to get done. But I can almost understand Damon Jones. He might have ran through his bread. It might be over with. But Terry Rozier, you making $20-something million. Chauncey Billups, you an NBA head coach and you already made $100 million. What you doing, man? How much are we making at these poker games? And y'all got machines, X-ray machines. Y'all got trick cards. Y'all doing all this. Like, this is a full-scale ring, and y'all using Chauncey Billups to get these people in here to play this money. Man, knock it off, bro. It's giving Sam Hurd.
4 years, $96 million.
That's Terry Rozier. 4 years, $96 million, bro. You making $100 million on this current contract. And you jag that for what? To bet a couple games and tell your homies, hey, I'm going to come out early so y'all can bet the under on me, and then we might make 40 bands. 40 bands, my boy? Knock it off, G. You just cost yourself 100 M's. You're stupid. All y'all ass. Buddy ass tweak. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to the Herb Howard Show, man. Gotta go. Please make sure you share it. Shout out to all of the sponsors. Moore's Brewing Company, Famo, Family and Money Only. Make sure y'all get in tune. And also, gotta give a huge shout out. I know y'all saw the commercial, saw the ad piece, but a huge shout out to Plant-Based African. They will be having their vegan plant-based tailgate, Plants on the Gridiron, during the game on Sunday. They had initially planned to do it for that Saints game. The weather was too inclement. Didn't make a whole lot of sense. So they're going to do it, even though it's a road game. They have all the ability to have the TV set up inside to watch the games, and they'll have the food and the games and the activities going on just prior to. Make sure you visit Plant-Based African to get all of the information. That's African with a K, to get all the information on how to take part in Plants on the Gridiron tailgate this Sunday. Huge shout out to P.I. He does all of the production. Great fucking job too, my brother. Shout out to T, man. Shout out to Gene for giving me a sawbuck as he tends to do. Shout out to y'all, most importantly, for watching. Greatly appreciate it. We'll see y'all next time. Y'all be good to each other. I'm Herb Howard. Peace.